This is the mesial surface of maxillary first permanent molar. It is trapezoidal in shape with the longer parallel side at the cervical. It is the reverse of the buccal and lingual surface. Buccal and lingual were also trapezoidal, but the longer sides were at the occlusal, and here the longer side is at the cervical. The buccal outline will reflect all the features of the buccal surface. So the buccal outline will be convex in cervical third because of this horizontally running buccocervical ridge in the cervical third, while in the middle third it will be flat because of this flattening in the middle third of the buccal surface, and in the occlusal third it will be again convex because of the convex occlusal third of the buccal surface. So the buccal outline is convex, concave and again convex with height of contour in the cervical third, while the lingual outline will be convex throughout its length and the height of contour will be in the middle third. If the cusp of cerebelli, this is the cusp of cerebelli, if cusp of cerebelli is prominent, then the lingual outline will be irregular. Cervical line is curved towards the occlusal, which is again the reverse of the buccal. Here the cervical line is curved towards the root apex, while the occlusal outline is formed by the mesial marginal ridge. This hole is the mesial marginal ridge and it is indented in center by the mesial marginal groove. The contact area is located at the junction of occlusal and middle third, and it is ovoid or circular or slightly ovoid and is towards the buccal half, while this center of the occlusal third has a flattening or concavity. From mesial aspect, we can see only these two mesial cusps. This is the mesobuccal cusp and this is the mesolingual cusp, because both the distal cusps are shorter. So, from mesial aspect, we can't see any distal cusps. This one is the distal surface. It is similar to the mesial surface, but the trapezoidal form is not that much pronounced, because here the cervical is not longer than the occlusal. The buccolingual dimension at cervical is almost the same as is on the occlusal. The buccal and lingual outlines are the same as those of the mesial surface, and the cervical line show less depth of curvature, while the occlusal outline is formed by the distal marginal ridge, and this distal marginal ridge is also indented by a distal marginal groove, and the contact area is larger and it is irregular buccolingually. It is irregularly wide buccolingually and is thinner occlusocervically and is located in the middle third and is centered buccolingually. The distal marginal ridge is located at a cervical level or at lower level. So, from distal aspect, we can see some of the occlusal surface. As both the distal cusps are shorter in height, we can see tips of all the four cusps. Like we can see all the four cusps from the distal surface, and because of the rhomboidal crown form, we can see some of the buccal surface as well from the distal surface. Like here we can see from distal surface, we can see some of the buccal surface as well.